An almighty row is blowing up in the European Union, not just about budgets and euros this time, but about democracy itself. Hungary has a new constitution. It's been introduced by its controversial Prime Minister Viktor Orban. The EU does not approve and even says this is a threat to democracy. This afternoon, Mr. Orban is at the European Parliament, meeting his critics head-on. Let's have a look at what he's accused of. Viktor Orban is accused of interfering with the independence of the country's central bank. His plan to make hundreds of judges retire early has also been criticised as undermining the judiciary's independence. And other changes are said to threaten as well the independence of the Data Protection Authority. Let's take you to the European Parliament at the moment in Strasbourg and have a look at the debate that is underway at the moment. As I mentioned, the Prime Minister of Hungary, Viktor Orban, has flown in to confront his critics head-on. What we are hearing from Strasbourg is that in the last few minutes or so, he has told the Parliament he is willing to negotiate over these laws that have been criticised by those in the European Union. He said that he believed these issues could be swiftly resolved at talks next week. We had understood that the Commission was going to take legal action against Hungary over these laws. We're not quite sure what's going to happen on that yet, but that breaking news we have for you now is that the Prime Minister, Viktor Orban, has told Parliament in the past few minutes he is willing to negotiate over these laws. Let's get the view from Budapest now. We can talk to Boros, an analyst at the Policy Solutions think tank. Thank you very much for being with us. Are you surprised that Viktor Orban has decided to compromise?
If you see the last few weeks events, we are not, and I'm not surprised. We saw a U-turn in communication and in rhetoric of the government. So they changed the rhetoric towards the EU, towards the IMF, and within the country as well. So the real question is whether there will be a U-turn in economic policy and real measures as well, or it's just a rhetoric U-turn. That's what we don't know yet. But we see a foreign minister who became very active in international forum. We see the minister who is responsible for negotiating with the IMF, who said that he's ready for all compromises. So I'm not surprised with the speech.
Thomas, we're seeing the debate still ongoing now in Strasbourg in the Parliament there. His fiercest critics have said that Viktor Orban is a threat to democracy. Is that a fair point?
I believe it's not black or white. I believe that our image is much worse than the current situation, but to be honest, it's absolutely true that in Hungary the checks and balances are weakened in the last 20 months. So we see a very bad trend, but I believe we are far from being not a democratic country. Fidesz, which is the governing party, it tries to seize as much power as it can. And Fidesz believes in a very active and very powerful government that controls most aspects of life. And this can be, well, not a threat, but this can be a very bad trend if we see the democratic institutions in Hungary.
Boros, thank you very much for joining us from Budapest.